What's up, guys? Today, we're going to be covering James Harden to the 76ers. This is my third time trying to record this video today. I've had a lot of technical difficulties, so this might be a little bit not as great, but I needed to get the video out. It's a very interesting situation. After Harden had been having a little temper tantrum for a good 20 days. I don't know why I said 20 days, but around there. And I'm going to be covering the grades for this trade and how it affects each team. Starting off with the grades. The Clippers get a B plus, and the 76ers get a B. I'd say the 76ers definitely get a lot of good depth, and we'll get some solid draft picks, which will be useful in the future. We have them getting Nick Batum draft picks. KJ Martin's a good young player. Robert Covington, Marcus Morris, and Nick Batum are all solid veterans to help develop their young core. I think with this might be the catalyst that gets Joel Embiid out of there. And depending how you look on that, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on if you think they can still contend, because they obviously can't, right? They're not contending, right? They're not contending after what happened. No Jordan or no James Harden. They aren't really contenders. They might still see themselves as contenders, which wouldn't be good for them, obviously, because there's just no world where I see them beating the top three teams, being the Nuggets, the Bucks, and the Celtics. So they just aren't beating them. They're gonna be and I just think if they blow it up, that could be good for them. They could be still a fringe contender, like a very low chance of getting out of the Eastern Conference, sort of thing, like Miami Heat did last year, the third seed maybe. That's if Tyrese Maxey keeps playing at this All-NBA level. And there's a bunch of question marks in a lot of places on this team, like who can be the third good option for them. Last year they had Tyrese Maxey as the third option. Now they lost James Harden. So it'll be either Kelly Oubre or Tobias Harris. Kelly Oubre's looked pretty solid, and I really liked how he's been playing so far. He dropped 27 in their opener. He's very streaky, though. Tobias Harris, he's consistent, but he's not, at all-star level, and you need to have, at least a really well-rounded team or a couple of all-stars to get you in contention. I just don't see this team doing that. They're competing with Boston. They have, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players at all-star level. Milwaukee has two All-NBA level players and an all-star level player and a DPOY candidate. The Nuggets have Nikola Jokic and infinite good role players. So I just don't see them beating that. The Suns have 3 all-stars, and I just don't see them beating that with this team with unreliable Joel Embiid who shies down in the brightest moments. KJ Martin is cool. That's a good acquisition for them. I'd say they did pretty okay. They're not looking great. Their future's a little concerning. But if they blow it up, get a lot of good picks, build around Maxey, I think they can be really solid. Next up, we're talking about the Clippers, and they definitely improved. Undeniably, you can't deny that they improved. They're one of the best teams they're one of the better teams in the league. But are they really a contender? They have 3 players at the all-star level caliber, and they have a decent bit of depth. They got players like Norman Powell, Ivica Zubac, Bones Highland, Russell Westbrook, and I think if Harden's a really good regular season player, so if he can carry them throughout the regular season, so they get a high seed, they start in the playoffs against an 8 or 7 seed, because they definitely have potential to be a really good regular season team, and then you lock in with Kawhi Leonard being immaculate in the playoffs as usual, and playoff P, you might have something that can take you to a potential conference finals appearance, and bad circumstances occur. I'm saying that if they beat Denver, right, and there's which might happen, say there's 1 or 2 injuries, the team might not be as good. Denver has only 2 all-star level players. They have really good depth, so I'd say the only thing bad that could stop them from beating them is Nikola Jokic being out. But then we have them going up against either the Bucks or the Celtics. And I think if one of these teams has an injured player, they just fall apart. Basically, they don't have much depth on either team. I mean, they still, but that's the same for the Clippers, right? You don't we Kawhi or Paul George gets injured and the team's down for the count, basically. So I just really don't know if they can become big contenders. Their future's even worse. They didn't have a great future to begin with, but it's even worse. And Harden's a really good playmaker, so I'm gonna give them a B plus. Their future wasn't great, so it's not too bad that they're knocking it down a notch. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.